everyone, and welcome to another episode of Public Opinion Tea Time with your hosts, Pam and Vanetta, where we talk about what everybody is talking about. And Vanetta, you have your mug. You have the old mug.
I have my 2022.
You're right. You have our old look, and I have our new look. And Vanetta is going to also have this, but she just didn't get it yet. All right. So again, Public Opinion Tea Time is when Vanetta and I talk about what everybody is talking about. And today, what we are going to be talking about is that new MLK sculpture that was unveiled in Boston, and it cost $10 million. And the artist is Hank Willis Thomas. And everybody has been talking about
Everybody has an opinion.
Sculpture. It's called The Embrace. And it's supposed to be looking like an embrace that MLK had with his wife, Coretta. But when you if you don't have that context.
Right. If you don't have that, context is one thing. If you don't have that photo next to it, you really don't see.
You have to have that photo. Like, I hope that it's being displayed with the photo on every side.
Right. Well, the photo should be the same size as the actual statue, the erection. I mean,
the erection. Okay. Because wait a minute, Leslie Jones said that's what she thought it kind of looked like. But at any rate, when I first saw it, of course, I didn't know what it was. It looked almost to me like, how when you fry turkey wings or turkey leg, that color that it looks like when it comes up out the grease, like that brown color. That's what it looked like, a deep fried turkey wing.
Well, that's an interpretation. I thought it looked a little bit more like a pretzel, like all wrapped
just
up.
like a brown pretzel. With some hands, like a pretzel with hands on it.
Well, unappealing to eat, but just nice to look at. I don't think it is paying homage to the moment, and that's what it was supposed to do. Like, because he had been released from jail, and she was so happy, and she was hugging, embracing him. I understand the concept. Sometimes when you do a statue or something without the heads on it, you could really lose something. And I think this one lost everything.
Right. And some people were saying, well, maybe if it had a little stub of a neck, or something. But you're losing so much of the meaning.
Right, because their hands were just not notable things, or their arms. And so you don't go by and say, oh, that's Martin Luther King's arm.
Right, that's his hand. I know it. I see it coming. Okay, I know that arm anywhere. Okay, you're right. You're right. It's like, if nobody even said this is the name of it, you would it looked like a mangled mess, like almost like it had been in an accident. Like,
right. It's no signature to it. By the same thing, it could be JFK and Jackie Kennedy. You don't know whose arms and hands there are. It's just nothing that says this is paying homage to Dr. King. Nothing about it says that.
Because certain angles, it even is like there's something in the middle, almost like a big stump. And I don't know what, it looked like a nut or something, or some type of I didn't know what it was.
I don't know what that was. I guess imagine that was how you had to anchor it. I don't know if that was part of the creative process or what.
Or maybe that was supposed to be his shoulder. I really don't know. But anytime that and this is not the first statue that I've looked at and had to wonder, well, what is this, or where are they coming from? And it very well, years to come, may be an extremely, popular statue. People may come from all over to come and see it.
Yeah, but they will come and say, in 2023, people didn't understand what this was.
We didn't understand what that was. People were like, okay, what? Okay. And
it's very abstract, and we know art is subjective, but that leaves a lot of subjective.
Well, and it did. It was a lot of interpretation. People saw it at different ways, and like, you can go to an art museum and see a painting, and people look at it and see different things. Abstract art,
different things away.
Right. You might see something. You might be like, oh, I see a lady walking a dog, and somebody else might see an airplane or something. So this may be just like along those type of lines where,
No, I don't think you ever walk up to that and say, I see Martin Luther King. I don't think you ever do that. I don't know.
Well, no, you'll see Martin Luther King, but you'll see some hands depending upon where you're positioned around the sculpture, and at least
A
you'll be
lot
able
of
to
people
say,
in
okay.
history had hands, though. That's what you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this is some nice hands, and and an arm. But like I said before that, and when I first saw it, whoever was putting this out in the press, all you saw was that one angle where you didn't even see the hands really. All you saw was just like something that was like, and that's why I said that looked like or a chicken wing. I've heard people say it looked like a chicken wing. I said it looked like a big turkey wing. Or like you said, you saw a pretzel. Okay, you saw a pretzel, or just a mangled mess. Because I've seen statues that are just steel and they're just, like bent up, and
and you also have seen things you said, that's art, but it's abstract, and it appeals to certain people. So obviously, you said this was $10 million. This had appeal to an audience.
Well, I'm wondering who gave the go on that, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the final, okay, we're gonna commission you. I mean, you gotta show people some abstract, some sketches or something. Or it seemed like the person would have been like, but that person probably was trying to, be like they were, very artsy, probably.
Yeah, cultured and everything.
Yes.
But I would be like, now let's stop in this process. I don't see where you're going. Tell me where we going with this.
Exactly where are we going with this? But
okay, here's the first 5 million, but I don't know if I'm gonna pay the other 5.
Not until you add some more body parts on there, okay? That's some more body parts.
Did you run out of money? What is this due to the supply chain shortage? I mean,
yeah, they probably did say that. Well, you know what? There was a head, there was some heads, or at least necks involved, but that's still out on the ship somewhere. So where we go
on a bar, okay. Just on a bar,
right? Because I had to put this together in sections, okay, and it didn't come. Sometimes stuff don't come in time.
Well, what it does, it reignites my desire to maybe be an artist, because I see everything is art.
I don't know, but if you want to comment yourself on what you thought it looked like, or what your take is, please add it in the comments section. If you enjoy our conversations, please continue to watch us for another episode of Public Opinion Tea Time. Until then, we'll see you. Bye-bye.